that I like So High by Doja Cat. That is a very interesting song. Like, lyrically, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever. It's a...
So High? Do I
So
know that
High.
one?
No, you don't.
Okay.
It is really... There's a lot going on musically in it, and I kind of like it. Like, I don't know why. It's pretty soothing. Like, if I could get that without Doja singing in it.
Dude, I like
So you're
pop
saying,
songs.
you're saying we should cover it.
Yeah, we need Jimmy to sing that Doja Cat.
Have you seen her perform?
No.
You gotta check it out.
Yeah, never seen her perform. I've only heard a few of her songs anyway, so I'm not super familiar with her work.
Apparently that Chappelle Roan.
Chapel Roan.
Is it Chapel Roan? Is
Chapel
that what
Roan,
it is?
yeah.
I can never figure out which one it was. Apparently she's pretty crazy performing live as well.
Yeah.
Where did these I didn't even know about her, and then all of a sudden now she's like huge.
She's Lady Gaga for people whose Lady Gaga was Madonna.
Yeah. Like she takes on different alpha female things. Like one time she goes off after like a Joan of Arc thing. The next time something else.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's like her
that's
thing.
cool.
What I mean
It's
is like
really cool.
I got that backwards, but she's like another generation of
Right. Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I've always said I like Lady Gaga because I think she was like the first one that like moved pop music forward in a long.
She was the first
time.
like avant-garde pop artist in
Yes.
a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was. I like Lady Gaga too. Don't like Madonna at all. Madonna just needs to stop.
I mean, Ray of Light was pretty good.
I mean, she
That
needs to stop
album was
with
the
plastic
most
surgery,
likely
too.
to have been
I think
recorded
she
with a
needs to stop
sock on
with
the
everything.
microphone.
Just like
Stop it.
stop.
The whole
No.
album, Ray of Light, is like sounds like they put a sock over the microphone or the mixing room. It's just like it has like no high end.
Yeah.
As a
It's terrible.
young teenage girl growing up with that 12, 13-year-old, that album was everything because it was huge at the time. But yeah, I see what you mean now.
I mean, I own the album. I went out and bought the album,
Really?
but production could have been better in some ways.
There's some like we were like when Metallica did that thing with Lars Ulrich's snare where it sounded like you were beating on
Oh my god.
Saint Anger.
What was the
Saint
one
Anger.
that was like the closest to it? That guy was beating on
A beer keg.
a beer keg
Yeah,
with a baseball,
bat. Yeah.
But there's like certain things like these liberties that like artists that have been going for a long time, they'll do this weird thing where it's like, yeah, I think we should do this. And it's like some weird recorded thing that don't sound like anything, or they try to like go like folksy or just play the hits, man.
You're talking about
play the hits.
You're talking about Eddie Vedder recording a ukulele album.
Things of that nature, yes.
Or you're talking about Metallica's recording. Do you remember the album that they did after Saint Anger? It's not very well known. It's probably the worst album I've ever heard in my entire life. Noah, pull up. What's the name of this album? Oh my god. I don't remember the name. I don't have my phone on me, so I can't Google it. Crap.
Napster sucks.
Oh, dude, it's so bad.
Napster done nabbed.
It's so bad
Miss
nobody
the
knows
Napster
about
days.
it, and it's a Metallica album.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was released after Saint Anger. Whoa.
That's weird.
What was that?
We can cast to another screen.
Oh.
Oh.
No, nothing scary.
It's not Death Magnetic
Nope.
because that's 2008. So it came out between 2003 and 2008.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it that in the era where they were going after the whole Napster thing or whatever? Because there was like everybody hated Metallica there for a while.
Lulu. Lulu.
Oh, so that's after Death Magnetic.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lulu. Lulu. Dude. Noah, play just Metallica Lulu. Just any
for a
song.
second.
Just for a second. Yeah, I don't
I
care.
feel like that's
How long can you get away with on YouTube?
I don't know. We're commentating on it, so I'll dispute the hell out of this if we get hit with a copyright anything.
Okay,
Because this
all
is terrible, and I'm going to shit all over it. I'm just warning the audience. This is the worst music I think I've ever heard.
I love when Josh shits on things. That's one of my
It is
favorites.
so bad. It is
What?
so bad.
What were you talking about when you were like 100%? Oh yeah, to the Tim Walls.
Oh yeah, yeah, where he can f off 100% all the way off.
Oh my god, I laughed over
How do I
that.
spell the album you're
Lulu.
Lulu, like lemon.
Yeah.
Lululemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what Lululemon is? No, do you know what Lululemon is?
It sounds.
I'm still like so underexposed, but
Okay. Can we just go to YouTube?
yeah. Go to YouTube.
I've never even heard of this.
No one has because it's so bad. Like it did not get. Once it was released,
What's other bad albums that like bands have done that like
anything
every band has one that's just a complete
anything
dud, right?
contemporary by Guns N' Roses, anything contemporary by Aerosmith, anything contemporary by AC/DC, all these bands that release new music, they just don't need to. They need to stop.
Right.
It's uninteresting. It's and they're doing it. You can clearly see that they're doing it just to release material and make money. Like that's it.
Just to have something.
Yeah.
It gives them an excuse to have a tour,
Yeah.
and then play the hits and make more money again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just their management forcing them. Like, no, you're just gonna make mediocre music and we're gonna put it out because it's more money for us.
Well, they don't even tell them to make they just tell them to make music, and it winds up being mediocre because they're spent. And Metallica, the last album they did, Metallica, I don't remember the name of it, but not this one. But everything they've done pretty much since, Saint Anger on, has been just incredibly lazy. So lazy. They've put zero effort into writing the hooks. Everything's incredibly repetitive. The riffs are lazy. The solos aren't memorable at all.
I very much enjoy those YouTube videos where people go and like,
They fixed the Metallica stuff.
well, that one's funny too. But when they go back on, and there's a lot of bands like this, they'll go back and like, it'll be like a Now song, and they go back and it completely sounds like one of their old songs, just completely redone.
Yep.
You know,
Did you find it, Noah?
I did, but the album cover is very suggestive. I'm trying to be careful.
I mean, I don't care.
it's an album cover. It's art.
Yeah, it's
This is
on. It's
album
already
art.
on YouTube anyway. So
Okay, that's fair. I found a playlist from Metallica.
Thank you for being so conscientious. though.
yeah.
I
Thank
don't
you.
want us to get copyright credited.
No, I appreciate that.
Just
man.
play the
That's
first
good.
song on it.
Okay, let me pull up this.
What's the title track?
There's Lou Reed and Metallica, the official music video. That's the first one that pops up.
Yeah,
Oh, is this the one that he did with Lou
Lou
Reed?
Reed, yeah.
Okay. Well, no wonder.
yeah. They did this album with Lou Reed. I don't know if we have audio or not. There it is.
I don't have anything like that. Like, at all.
Do you hear it?
I am a chorus of the
You
Oh,
don't,
I can hear it.
you don't hear
That
anything,
scared
Josh?
the shit out of me.
It's very.
I can already tell you, it sounds like trash.
Yeah.
Oh,
What about that? Now? All right, now.
All right.
voices that gather up the magnets set before me.
They fixed the snare.
I attract you and repel you. A science of the heart and blood and meaning.
What?
I want you on the floor.
All right,
and in a coffin, your soul.
The whole
Oh
album
my
is like
God.
this.
Do you know what
It's-
that reminds me of?
It's kind of
you know-
sludge, kind of.
Corey Feldman trying to put out music. That's what it reminds me of.
Well, so at least these guys can actually play. I'll give them that. Like they can barely,
Right.
But Lars can actually play. Corey Feldman can't even do that.
No, but I'm saying on
Yeah.
the singing front and everything like
Like
he just can't.
the whole album is just them playing and Lou Reed speaking into the microphone.
Which is what he does.
Which is what Lou Reed
so wait a
does.
minute. Am I to understand that there's multiple tracks of this?
Yes. Yeah, play the next one. Play the next one. Yeah. Yeah, there's several songs and they're just like this. Just a little bit different.
Iced honey.
Yeah, play Iced Honey.
Play Iced Honey.
Laughing.
1 Live. Ein Abend mit Lou Reed und Metallica.
Oh, in Germany, no less.
I know, right?
Schönen guten Abend. Zwei Legenden spielen heute Abend exklusive Songs.
This is not good, Josh. They're already accusing us of being Nazis.
Hier sind Lou Reed und Metallica.
He's so bad at drums.
I know.
Just even without Lou in it, it's awful.
Put a butterfly in a jar. You get the benefits, Lou, no matter who you are. You can't catch the moon, the sun, or
Oh
the
my
stars.
God, dude.
It don't matter where you are. Iconic.
And everybody in that audience is like, what the f*** are we doing here?
All right, that's good. Oh, that's good. I'm about to throw up.
That's not great.
No.
No.
Why did they do this?
Why did they allow them to do this?
I don't know. Like, whose idea was it to be like, all right, guys, I know we're Metallica. We're the biggest metal band in the world.
Right.
You know who we need to do an album with? Lou Reed.
Lou Reed, baby.
The hell were they thinking?
I don't know, man. That's pretty bad.
Is this
Like-
some more of like Bob Rock's stupid bullshit that he comes up with? I mean,
I don't know, brother.
I don't know.
That's insane.
It is.
I've never heard that.
Yeah,
And there's a whole, you mean to tell me there's an entire album of this?
there is. Yes, Noah?
We have unexpected arrivals.
Oh.
Oh, they're expected.
Hey!
What's up? What up? Jimmy Jam and Shirley.
You just missed it.
What's up, guys?
We were
Come on
just
in.
sitting here shitting all over Lou Reed and Metallica's album together, Lulu.
Lou Reed and Metallica made an album.
See? No one knows. It's the worst thing in the world.
I knew that they had made one. I had never listened to it.
And Lou Reed and Metallica, I was ready to just stop listening to music.
It is.
It sounds
so
like
bad.
Corey Feldman
It's so
putting out
bad,
an
dude.
album.
It is. It's terrible.
Sounds like Corey Bell. Sick body.
It is so bad.
Oh my God, dude. I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
And even those people, they were like, you mean you came all the way to Germany? It was them live in Germany. You came all the way to Germany and this is what you brought. Did you see them? Like, none of them were even like,
Oh yeah, the audience was just like in a state of disbelief.
I mean, German.
to hear Metallica, and instead you got that, whatever that background
A lot
was
of
that
German
they were
audiences tend to be pretty reserved, even at rock shows.
Well, that's true. That's true.
There's a certain type of thing that gets them excited.
There.
using. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
haven't got
What are
excited
those
since-
things? Can you enumerate
They
those
actually
things?
haven't been excited since the 40s because the last time they got excited, bad things happened. That is a teleprompter. Yeah. 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 Germans don't get excited anymore because of that.
Forget your lyrics. You got it.
Yeah, that's-
Dude, we should use that.
We should. Yeah. Well, if we ever make videos that require it, it's here. It's here. I've had it this whole time. It's just been stuffed behind the couch back there. I had to take it out though because when I got the lights out of here.
Have you ever used it for anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Every now and again, like if I do like a talking head video up in the studio or whatever, I'll use it.
That's pretty sweet, dude.
It's a pretty handy little device.
What are these crazy teleprompters now? Because I noticed this, like when you see like, presidential candidates and doing, they look clear.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Like you can see through them, but you can only see.
You can only see the words on that one side.
Yeah.
Right. Is that what it
When they're
is?
looking at it, they don't
Yeah.
see anything.
So it's like projected onto
Yeah.
like a reflective glass or something, but
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
one.
That's what that is too. Yeah. It's projected onto like.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Oh, yeah. I see.
Yeah, so your camera goes in the back.
Yeah. Your camera goes in the back.
Clear. If you look inside it, you can actually see it was so clear.
So you can maintain eye contact with the camera and be reading the
Okay,
words
so
right
it's
there.
actually the camera's actually going through it.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That makes sense. I never knew that. Because I always wondered, I was like, what are they looking at?
Fingerprints, Jimmy.
Yeah, I
And
was
how does that
curious
work?
one day too,
Yeah.
so I looked it up. I thought it was like a security thing, and I was like, oh, it's
Well, I guess it doubles as one probably too, right?
All right, Noah, pause the recording just a minute. I'm gonna go get a couple more microphones and turn one of the cameras around.
How do I
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
talk and
Yeah, that'd be cool.
pause it? I don't know how to do that.
well, just stop the recording.
That is just
All right.
small information.
Gotcha.
Cool, but yeah, those symbols, which if they're not good, I'm not gonna buy them.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah,
I
but no,
knew that was-
they're great. They're great. Good symbols.
That's cool that they're all like all those are B20 bronze.
Yes, they're all B20 bronze.
Those are just they made them. They're just whether you prefer like a brighter or darker sound. Those are just the lightest ones with the brightest sound, which I play A customs, so I
Right.
like those.
You like? Yeah. Yeah, like right. What'd you say, Shirley?
I said Ryan's getting bronzed right now.
Ryan. Poor Ryan.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna get some bronze. I think I'm gonna start tanning. I was thinking about it.
So funny story.
I would definitely.
Please don't.
I'll tell you why I want to, because I think I need it.
I would rather
vitamin
rub
D.
all the fake tan all over you than you lay in bed.
That's just asking for skin cancer.
Hey, I know.
Yeah, but we don't see the sun here for like 2 hours a day. Is it?
Yeah,
Is that what that red light therapy is?
So you can take lots of extra vitamin D for that.
So I will admit, last year
Ron's getting
I
his stuff
did
right now.
do the tanning bed because it was so dark all the time, and I don't do it this year, and this week has been tough. Like I was telling him, I was like, I'm not depressed, but I just feel it's just tough. And so when
I
I
get
went
it.
and got in the tanning bed, I'm just like, oh, it's so nice and like warm and light hitting my face, but.
It's true.
If you want to, you can just put it on all four because it's going to be hard to keep up with.
Us back and
got
forth.
it.
Yeah, each
Okay,
time comes, you
all
can
right.
take those off if you want to. Yeah.
Put the fires out.
I don't know. That would be fantastic if it did because it was getting really close to our house.
Well, and like she was saying,
Yeah, that's not that far from here. What did you say? It
Seven,
was like
seven, 7
miles?
miles from here, 9 miles from my house.
As
is
the
down.
crow flies.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Which,
scary.
I mean, as the crow flies, as the fire burns, like they're saying, it's not like the fire's going to be like, oh, well, that road's closed. I'm not going to go there.
Gee, I don't know. Pepper's Creek looks like it's kind of rough. I'm not sure if I should head up that way.
what bothers me is how it's only been a few months the trees have been down. I wouldn't have expected them to be this dry, this fast. In my mind, I was like, okay, next fall we might need to be concerned, but apparently we need to be concerned like now.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at buying a wood chipper. Like my whole plan for cleaning up my property got advanced rapidly.
Because right
Some
after
stuff
the
down.
hurricane, we've been in a drought.
yeah, that's true. It
Quite a
really
while.
hasn't
It
rained a
rained
whole
for,
lot,
3 months after the
which was a blessing then.
Yeah. We haven't had
But-
like a soaking rain. I mean,
Well,
today was great.
We've had a couple of good ones.
We had a couple of a
we had
few,
some
but
snow.
Yeah.
and we had some
that
snow.
one big one because everything started flooding again. Everybody realized
Yes.
Oh, the temporary bridges were.
Oh, yeah.
not as deep because everything just flooded right back. So
Yeah,
one
that
big
was it.
rain. But to your point, I've been splitting wood, my wood splitter, and it just breaks apart. It's not
Right.
any water to it, so it's interesting.
It's amazing though how like fast like it can go from like being it'll be like rain for like a while or what. I mean, think about it after that. I mean, it was dry as a bone like a few weeks after that. And you were like,
yeah,
right,
It all came at once.
right,
But then we had almost
Yeah.
a month with nothing, and
yeah. And at the end of
the
that, my
rest of
allergies
October
were
was
killing me.
dry
I was
month.
like, I cannot take this dust anymore, man.
oh man,
It was bad.
The dust sucked.
it did.
But yeah,
Air quality warning for up here.
yeah, it was like
Oh, from the smoke.
it was like 160
Yeah.
something this morning, and it got a little bit better, and then it started creeping back up again in the afternoon before the rain came in.
it's funny. I went to Lowe's. I went down the mountain. When I went, it was like, I don't know, like 11 or something, maybe, I guess. And it was it was blowing completely opposite direction. So it was beautiful. It was clear. You could see it real distinct where it was burning over there. And then I went to Lowe's, stayed there. I was down there for probably I went to Verizon and then I went to Lowe's. And then when I was coming back, dude, the wind had changed, and it down there in Woodlawn, dude, it looked like a heavy duty fog had rolled in. It was crazy.
Gosh.
Yeah. That's when I realized, I was like, dang, that really isn't that far.
Yeah.
I've
It
even
was
thought about
it was
that.
right
I
on the
like,
back side of that ridge there where the Coates thread factory
Right,
is.
right.
Literally, I mean, that's why you could basically see it from sitting there at the Dollar General like we were talking about. It's there along the river. There is where it started.
Could you see smoke when you came across Iron Mountain?
It was raining, so
Oh yeah, it was raining.
can't tell if it's smoke or fog.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when I was coming up here. I couldn't figure out whether it was foggy or that was smoke.
I don't know.
I thought something was burning in the house last night. I almost woke all the kids up last night at like 11:30. I went into the kitchen. I was like, something's burning. I didn't realize, I guess, where Dakota had come in or something. It was like that. I thought that was, and it never dawned on me. And I was like, Ryder, is there something burning down there? And I thought the whole house was on fire.
It smells like a massive campfire outside.
Yeah, it does. I hate
kept
that.
walking about every hour. I would get up and walk outside just to see it. I could see it glow in the distance because, like, it wasn't that far away.
It's not. It's
But
not.
with the wind, it was crazy, and I was like, man, if it hits Apple Mountain, or David Whitson, sorry, but if it crossed Apple Mountain, it would be not long to take us.
Well, you don't realize how close things are in proximity to each other.
Right.
Because you have to drive around everything.
Yeah, there's no straight
Like
line.
Black Mountain and Little Switzerland are like,
A ridge apart.
yeah. Like literally, if you walk over the mountain
Yeah.
and down, you're in Montreat.
Yeah.
Like, that's really not all that
Yeah.
far, honestly.
Yep.
But it takes, 45 minutes to get there in a car.
to drive.
Yeah, drive around.
I wish I had a VTOL.
No, I like your idea, dude.
Yeah.
With the side-by-side or whatever.
It'll be here. It'll be here Wednesday.
That's a great idea, though, actually.
That's the plan. Have you heard this plan?
No, I've not heard it.
So
Yes.
you've heard it. So, Little Switzerland, there's a trail to Charlie Lee Mountain,
Uh-huh.
and the Charlie Lee Mountain fire tower goes to the chalet.
Uh-huh.
So from Swiss Pine Lake, Charlie Woody, Little Switzerland. So I got a side by side, ride up through the woods at night, go to Little Switzerland, have a cigar, have a drink, then come back through the woods on the side by side. Never hit a main road.
Oh, nice.
So the side by side will be here Wednesday.
That's a great idea.
I'll get my mini truck going. We'll make a. But
Damn, I'll have to buy a hovercraft.
I realized on the way over here, like, how many more trees do I have to cut now versus last year when I was walking it and it wasn't?
Oh, yeah. That'll be
It's gonna
be a chore.
Oh, my God.
clear it up.
side by side. I got a dump bed. It's got chainsaws. It'll be good to go.
Yeah,
Have you
we'll clear it out.
Yeah.
Have you ever been over there? So apparently Henson's Creek, which you know is before you get to Plumtree.
Yeah, Neighbor County.
You go left right there. If you go to the end of Henson's Creek,
Cane Creek.
yeah, and you come out over on Cane Creek in
What?
Bakersville, if you take the trail over the mountain.
Did you know that at the end of Henson's Creek in Avery County is Mitchell County once you get to
Yeah.
Henson Creek?
Yeah.
And those people
That's right,
drive
that's right.
all the way around to Bakersville to vote.
Mm-hmm.
When my dad first got stationed up here, you could drive across it, but it's always gravel. Of course, all the roads were gravel. When Dad came up here, the only paved road was.
Well, they need to open that back up. Why did they close that down?
Because it would help traffic flow
Right away, because this goes across people's private property.
Right.
There's the road in Avery that does that too, but behind the winery that goes over from connects part of Andy Hicks Road.
Shit. What?
Yeah.
Used to be able to cut through
What
there.
about
and they-
eminent
and
domain?
They close off. It says
Yeah,
private.
just see
Private, yep.
it. See, just take.
I thought you were a small government guy. Like, what?
Not when it comes to
Not when
having
it
to
comes
drive.
to having,
Yeah.
Not when it comes to convenience, damn
Right,
it.
right, exactly. That's convenient.
You used to not have to go through 3 Mile. You could just take a right out there by the next road up past the Avery County Airport, and it went straight up.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
the sign company. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
How you
right.
Go. Yeah.
I forgot about that,
Russian
too.
Creek Road.
Yeah, that's not the one I'm thinking of, but there's,
Creek,
but yeah, that one.
You used to go all the way over to Joe's Ridge.
Yeah, it'd come out right next to the across from the winery.
That's right.
I used to know, I was telling her in Asheville where I live there, I hate traffic. There is laundry and sitting in traffic are two of my least favorite things in the
Yeah.
entire universe.
So guess what I do in the house? I do all the laundry.
Thank God you do, and I'm glad you do it. But I would figure out ways to get everywhere. I'd rather drive 20 minutes around than sit in the traffic for 20 minutes.
Really?
You know, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's some.
you ought to see the Kingsport in the morning, dude.
Oh yeah.
Way on the way
Nope.
on the far
And
side.
coming back from Kingsford to Jones City in the evening.
Really? That's pretty bad.
It's every day there's like 2-hour delays.
Right. When I'm-
26, that stretch of 26 is like it's either NASCAR or fucking
Just a parking lot.
right.
yeah.
What I understand is that everybody in Kingsport worked in Kingsport, and all the people at Johnson City say Johnson City, they work the same jobs. There wouldn't be the traffic.
Exactly.
And all just cross paths
Yeah.
for the same jobs.
It used to piss me off. I used to commute either from Asheville over here or from here over to Asheville all the time. I mean, I did it so much where it didn't even, and I actually miss it in a way because it's nice to have like an hour in the morning to wake up.
You
And,
get ready to go to work, and you
Yep.
forget work exists by the time you get home.
yeah, I know.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
it gives you some time to unwind at the end of the day or whatever. But I used to get so pissed off at people from Tennessee because they wouldn't at that time. That the tickets wouldn't transfer. I don't know if they do now or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But people, dude, once Tennessee people hit the state line, it was on 100 miles per hour, and the cops wouldn't even pull them over.
Wow.
It used to tick me off so bad.
States did not.
That and the fact that I drove through that. Can we just set, like, I don't know if maybe it's just me because I commuted every day, but it seemed like that constructing that 4-lane and connecting that 26
Yeah.
took 30 years.
It
felt
did.
like.
Well, and they still haven't finished it because from West Asheville to there, Weaverville is supposed to bypass going across the bridge
Right.
and all that stuff.
Because of
And it
that
has
spotted
been 30
salamander or
years.
whatever.
Yes, it has been 30 years.
That's a government
It's just-
outrage I talked to Laura about a lot.
I remember when they hung
Yeah.
the Future 26 sign.
Yeah.
It was 1994.
Mhm.
I mean, that's when they put
And
it
still
up.
ain't happened.
No.
And it's because Asheville is the world's worst at that, and it's it's just that hippie thing that runs in Asheville. That's what they won't do anything, and then they do I was there on Merriman when they tore down, like they literally closed like 12 small businesses to make way for Trader Joe's and Harris Teeter, and then didn't even bother to put a sidewalk. And didn't widen the road. It's like, what are you doing? Like, Asheville has the worst urban
They're
planning of any
trying to
place I
make
can think of.
Asheville, like San Francisco.
It's
They succeeded.
It smells like San Francisco.
I will admit, the last couple times I've been over there, the couple times I've been downtown, it's been a little better. Like,
I think
there
so,
was a
too.
big push to
I
like,
noticed that. They've cleaned it
because
up.
all the downtown business owners were like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
No one's coming.
yeah, no one's coming down here. And when you start upsetting that, people start getting mad. And then it don't matter. And all the political stuff just kind of goes away. And people are like,
When you interrupt
can you
people's cash
please?
flow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is affecting my livelihood. And people that's when things actually change, you know.
Cash is king.
Cash is king,
You know,
baby.
it's crazy. Almost every time I'm coming back from Asheville Airport, the traffic's so bad, it routes me off the road, by the river, through the river's Arch District, all the way through
Yeah.
Weaverville.
You have to look at that destruction down there.
Dude.
The
Yep.
River
It's
Arch
like-
District is
it's
trash.
destroyed.
Sounds bad.
Yeah.
It looks like just a nuclear bomb went off.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And I
It's
feel
just
bad for
unreal.
that because, I mean, those, like, legitimately,
That
those
was
are a
pretty
lot. That's a lot
place,
of
wasn't
good entrepreneurial
Yeah.
stuff. Like people opening their own, like artists actually being able to open their own studios and all
What if
that.
we get like
I hate
pieces
that.
of the old stage at the Salvation Station?
Oh, I thought to myself, man, I bet you there is all kinds of stuff in that place now. Because everybody's taking this opportunity to like, we're going to remodel, and everybody's getting rid of stuff. Like even Dakota told me, like when they finally started to accept donations, they were like, okay, at Safe Place, the thrift store, they were like, all right, we can't accept any more clothes. We can't, because there was so much.
Oh, everybody's just covering everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I was over there. I went to get the keys from him when they were cleaning out Harris. Laura went in there.
Yeah, I went in there just to get, something, and then mostly for nostalgia, just to walk around and see
Yeah.
all the rooms
it's
and everything.
full of
It's
stuff.
packed. It's absolutely
It
packed.
is
And I asked someone, I
packed
was
with
like,
supplies.
well, what? I mean, every classroom, every room
Floor to
is
ceiling.
full,
Yeah.
floor to ceiling. It's all really well organized. And I asked them, I was like, well, what's going to happen with all this stuff? And they're like,
That's a
It's-
perfect
they're like,
example
it's-
of like
they're like
nobody
it-
knows what to do with all the
they're
stuff.
like, it just made end up getting thrown out. We don't know what to do with it, you know? And some of these
it
areas
like
that are
new
being
stuff?
impacted,
Yeah.
like over in LA, it's all
Dude,
boxed up.
there is
Send it to LA. Send it to somewhere else that needs
Yeah, there's
disaster
clothes.
relief, you know?
There's
Do people even know it's there? Like,
That's the problem.
No one's saying
well,
anything.
but then you got. But I don't even know. I don't even know if that's a problem. It's like you got First Baptist is still like their whole entire downstairs is full.
Yeah.
Is what I was told. And then think about all the other places. Like you can't. Where are you going to take it around here? There ain't nowhere to take it. But I mean, there's canned goods out the wazoo over there, man. Like there's a whole.
I
room.
think for a lot of people, things are just normal enough where they're not. Not everybody is thinking, "Oh, I need to go get free supplies that are available."
Right.
Yeah.
And so places are like, we're not moving enough stuff through to be able to stay open. So
Yeah.
we took our supplies. We did the same thing at St. Lucian's and St. Bernardus. We said, "Hey, we're going to transfer this to some other place
Right.
that has a larger storage space." But then still, those places don't have
yeah.
the constant traffic coming through anymore because
I do still
we're 4
think
months
there's
on.
A lot of mountain pride associated with people who
There is.
need help will not go.
They will suffer
no
in
matter
silence.
what.
Yeah.
They will. They'll starve to death before taking a handout.
Yeah. A lot of people
It's
will.
A real thing.
Well, I think everybody assumes, well, there's somebody that needs it more than I do.
Yeah.
That's what I always
Yeah.
said. And, you know, everyone's like, go get a jacket. I'm like, I have a winter jacket. And I'm like, there's people that have lost their entire lives. I'm like, no, I am absolutely not
I think
doing
those people
that.
are honestly pretty taken care of now.
Yeah.
You know,
Everyone
getting their
Everyone
houses
who
back
wants to
together
have
and all.
shelter and wants food or needs food. Anyone who wants it can get it. There's no
Yeah.
anyone who wants it. There's no one living in tents unwillingly. I'm just saying that unwillingly because there are people that don't. They're afraid the government's going to come in and take their land. All those things. There is some of that. But
You reckon that's some of it? You reckon that people are really that like conspiratorial? Like,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
well, I mean, I
for
know,
sure.
but here's, I guess, what I'm asking though is like, do you think it's like this is like one of those QAnon like conspiracy deals that's going around, or do you think it's just backwoods people that
Both.
really aren't culturally affected, but
Both.
just like I think it's a little of both probably too.
It's
But
both.
like,
And people are insane. A lot of people are just out to lunch.
well, and it's like all the shit, and thank God I don't see it, because the news cycle's moved on pretty much. But like all that stuff, like I was seeing, I was like, but wait, remember when we commented on some of those? And they're like, what are you, some left-wing liberal or whatever? We're like,
Yeah.
no, we live here.
We're just
You're
telling
literally
you this
talking
is
about the
not
place
true.
it's outside of my door.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's not going on here. Yeah. Lithium mines and all this other
yeah,
stuff.
that
You're like,
aren't even here. That
What
don't even
lithium
exist.
mines?
There's no.
I know what that was. It's like people saw those things. Oh, the quartz mines or whatever. It's the most valuable, like that, and with no frame of reference of knowing anything about here or whatever. You're like, and then it's you tell it to this person, and then it goes to this person, and then
it's
all
a
of a
game
sudden
of-
it's lithium. It's not quartz.
It's a global game of telephone that happens in a
Yeah.
split second.
Yeah.
It is, and if you Google mines in North Carolina, the most recent news was in Gastonia. They're opening up a lithium mine outside of Gastonia.
Right.
That was in the news within the past year, so people just conflated pieces of truth. Like, we do have a lithium mine in North Carolina, but it ain't here.
Right.
Now, granted, Elon, if you're listening, there is rail car access connecting that to here. There's a plan. We can talk about that. But it is adjacent, but it's not anywhere near for sure.
Well, I think even like do they consider like the Gastonia area, that side of Gastonia, like Western North Carolina?
The dividing line.
I don't know. Is that the Piedmont area? or-
I would assume that was the Piedmont
That's the
area.
beginning of the
but-
Piedmont.
Yeah, I would think.
So
Yeah.
most people would say 77 is the dividing line.
Right.
And
77
Gastonia is
west, yeah.
So it technically could
Yeah.
be.
It was considered, the Gaston County in that area was considered part of the counties that were in the disaster area for the FEMA stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
77 is like the Piedmont divider.
I didn't realize how much like tree damage and stuff they got even in like upstate South Carolina and places. Like it almost seemed like there was like this band. It was like we were talking about.
Yep.
It's like, why did, like, because like places like Franklin and Silva, I think got some damage, but it was like nothing right here. But like there's like this weird swath that kind of runs, I guess, in the way that it turned or whatever, and the ones that really got it the most, you know?
Were you all like shocked when we all finally escaped and got over to Johnson City? It was like nothing.
And nothing. Yeah, it was
And
completely
people like
normal.
shopping, like doing normal stuff.
I'm just like,
The guy-
you know
the-
what's going on?
The guy at the Publix asked me.
Watched
He,
the
he,
tree
said-
outside the practice room do this for about 30 minutes, and then
Yeah.
that was it.
we got over to Publix
My
and we
power
were
went
picking
off.
up water, and the guy said,
Yeah.
"We sure are selling a lot of water today. Is something going on?"
Meanwhile, they're like,
If you go to
dirt across my
Elizabeth,
face,
downtown
you know?
Elizabeth,
What
the
the-
covered bridge, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, Elizabeth and got flooded. Roan
Washington
Mountain.
County, you know.
Yeah.
Roan Mountain and
Roan
Hampton.
Mountain, Hampton,
No.
all got hit pretty hard.
80
Yeah.
point. You know.
I've not been on one of those.
Irwin
Yeah.
Yeah,
Irwin.
Irwin
got destroyed, man.
Did you know something about that plastic plant? Or did you just hear about it?
Yeah, I just heard about it.
Did y'all hear about the plastic plant there in Irwin?
Yeah,
The employees that they wouldn't let leave?
yeah. The boss said you can't go until you finish your shift.
Yeah,
Basically,
and they all washed away.
yeah. They got to a point where they realized they needed to escape, and as they were trying to get out, a bunch
It's
of
not
them
too late.
got lost.
It was their family, I'd sue.
Yeah, they were like working in waist deep water. They wouldn't let them leave. True story.
In waist deep water, and you wouldn't leave? Oh my
I
God.
would have left.
They were on a
Oh,
trailer. Some of them were on a
100%.
trailer, like waiting for a boat or whatever.
Yeah.
I suppose. And I think what happened was the trailer flipped over and it was it for whoever was on that.
Dang, man.
And now the hospital's gone too.
The brand new hospital, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fairly new. X104 and Tenalana Country WEMB are gone. The radio stations are
One of my friends' daughter and wife was rescued from the roof of the hospital.
Really?
Yeah, the
That's-
helicopters. Yeah.
That's some of the craziest footage I saw from the whole thing, is them trying to get people out that hospital. That's
Unreal.
wild.
Well, and I don't know if you saw the footage of like they would drop it in to take people's supplies. Like all these helicopters we saw all the time, they were dropping in, and the people that I didn't know were like on horses going in to find people, like in especially in north end of the county. You go down there though, and it's just like,
Dude, right after Tocane, it's destroyed from there on. But when the two rivers came together, it just created a swift moving lake, basically.
Driving to Red Hill every morning is terrible because I'm
all the
behind
dump trucks.
just
An army.
an army of dump trucks.
And none of them, if you've never been to Western North Carolina, you should not be allowed to drive a dump truck in Western North Carolina.
Oh my God!
Because on the Iron Mountain, every day there's one flipped over, off the road, sideways.
Well, every day I'm at the practice room there on Oakland and or Utica, and all the dump trucks coming from the quarry down there in Watauga are coming over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
bringing
day,
gravel
I
and
watch
everything.
About 20 or 30 of them every day.
Right.
That quarry's been down for like 40 years.
And they opened it back up for this. Yeah.
Just to make gravel. Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of it too is going to Irwin, but
Yeah.
Yeah, they've started putting gravel out there by the highway in Ledger. Have you seen that? Where
Yeah. Where Old Bear Creek?
yeah, Old Bear Creek
Yeah.
used to be, where they changed the way you get
That's
onto
the
it or
most
whatever.
Mitchell County thing in the world. Now just go down there where Joe Howe's store used to be.
Right.
Turn right. And it's like, what? When I worked at P&R,
I still say, out there at Joe Howe's store or whatever, and she's like,
dude, when I worked at P&R, people would come in asking directions to Boone. I would say that, and the look on their faces was hilarious. Would be like, all right, now you're going to go on 1980 until you get to where Joe Howe's used to be. Turn right. And they're
You know
like,
what?
the hell are you talking about?
Joe Howe's sounds way more believable than Mullen Hill.
I
That's
know.
like so made
Yep.
up. Okay, going down Mullen Hill. All right. Sounds like a Simpsons rule.
When you turn right there where Joe Howe's used to be, start Freebird. When you get to the guitar solo, turn left. There'll be a gas station on your right, so you'll know where you're at.
Yeah.
oh, man.
When the guitar solo finishes, you'll be in Pinola. Turn right for Morganton.
Keep bear to the left. Bear to the left. You'll get to Linville. Yep.
When you
I gotta-
hear the beehive,
Yeah.
that's how you know you're close.
Yeah, exactly. I got to know 181 a lot more than I had in the past.
God, I hadn't traveled that
It is.
road in forever.
I know.
I know why I haven't. My God, it's not a fun one.
No, it's not. And I didn't realize how far you get down there at the bottom of it. It's another
It takes forever.
20 miles
You get
to
the bottom,
Morganton.
you're like-
You get down to the high school down there in the Oak Hill or whatever it is down at the
Right.
bottom, and keeps.
Yeah, it goes
Takes
forever
forever.
out through there. You're like,
Yep.
damn.
I used to trek that every year because I went to Table Rock every year. It's like a thing, but I've not been down it much. My brother really loved to frequent the ladies of Jonas Ridge, as I used to call them.
Jonas Ridge is a happening spot, dude.
It's different.
I never realized how many people live out through there. There's a lot of
Once you
people.
go on the backside of the hill, on down the hill, all the way down that valley, there's people everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, it's a neat place.
You ever been down to the that like natural water slide down there? It's like Upper Browns
I can't
Upper
remember.
Falls or Upper Creek Falls or something.
Creek Falls.
Upper and then Lower Creek, well, whatever it is. I can't remember. Dude, I did that one time. Let me give you a piece of advice. It's a long way down. I'm walking down to there and I'm like, oh, this is nice, and it just does this, and you don't realize you're going
Straight down.
down
Down the mountain.
Get
Down.
back up.
Yeah, and
It's the
I had
fun
Harper on my back and
Oh,
like a
God.
bunch of other crap with all the kids. It's just me. I had all four of them and just me. And we trekked down there, man. Let me tell you, we had the time of our lives.
So you're exhausted. Go
Yeah.
back.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Like, legitimately had fun. And then, man, I took a video of myself. It was like in the middle of July, 90% humidity.
95 degrees.
85 degrees,
Yeah.
but and under that canopy, you know, and it's like that laurel thicket. There ain't nothing hotter in the world than the Appalachian laurel thicket, buddy, like in the middle of
Just
summer.
holds that heat right in.
Oh
on you.
my God,
gosh.
dude. I was dying by the time I didn't think I was going to make it. I was like, okay, this is the end of me.
I'm going to die. This is how I die.
Yeah, this is how I do.
We walked around Swiss Pine Lake, walked the dogs in the morning, go across the beach, be nice and cool, great morning. You hit the laurels in the back, all of a sudden it's like you're a Vietnam jungle. It's 150 degrees. Charlie's coming at you. I mean, it's
So do you hear a prodigal son or a,
Fortunate son.
Fortunate son.
Yeah. Why is John Fogerty playing in the distance? What's happening here?
It ain't me. I just flash back to being on a helicopter. Just
I mean,
put on my red headband.
yeah.
fucking
Just
John
imagine,
Rambo.
just imagine how much worse that war would have been if they had had Metallica's Lulu to listen to.
Oh my gosh. Wait.
Why?
No.
though?
Metallica, Lou Reed.
Why did that happen? Because it's I mean it's the album it's slow. It's almost like stoner metal.
Yeah, like
With Lou Reed.
sludge rock.
I'm being Lou Reed. I'm talking about the thing that happened, and it's kind of offbeat. And it's just like, what in the world?
I mean,
Like,
what if they're like, maybe this will make Lars quit?
You know, they
No,
fixed
but
his
he's back
snare
there
drum.
like throwing them.
the snare was all
aluminum
right.
sticks.
They fixed
The snare sounded great.
Yeah.
It was mixed
Doesn't it
beautifully.
sound like a
It's probably
spoken
Lars's
word.
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably
It's like
was
spoken
Lars.
word.
Yeah.
spoken word metal.
Whatever, Lars. Whatever.
It was.
It's slam poetry metal.
Oh my
The bass player
God.
has
pretty
to
much.
hate it. He has to absolutely hate it.
Robert.
Trujillo?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Trujillo. The video we watched was live. I mean, he looked like it was a "What in the world am I doing here?"
It has to
Like-
be, because there's no way you can go from Infectious Grooves to Metallica to Lou Reed Metallica and not like.
I know how.
Yeah, he was
Well, I'd be
suicidal.
suicidal.
I know how.
Yeah, he was in suicide.
I know how. He's getting a good paycheck.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you watch that some kind of monster
There's a line.
documentary, they made him the job offer on the documentary, and they gave him $1 million sign-on bonus just to sign on to play with them in cash, $1 million.
That's
Who?
more money than
Lars?
the entire
No, Robert
bands
Trujillo.
had been before they-
Oh, the bass
The bass
player.
player, yeah.
He
Yeah.
looks like in that. He looked like the multiple-time WWE World Champion Roman Reigns.
He does. Yeah,
He does. He does.
Our tribal chief,
Did
Roman
you ever see
Reigns.
this kid play with Korn
Acknowledge
when he
him.
was 12?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that kid is good. If he would just find a good band. Does he play with now? You know,
Some,
it's Whelan's kid.
yeah, I can't remember the name of them.
Yeah, Scott Whelan, Stone Temple Pilots kid. Trulio's kid. Somebody else's kid's in that band too.
That'd be
It's
great if it was
awful.
Scott Stapp's
Slash's
kid.
kid. Slash's kid.
Slash's kid.
So Slash's kid.
That's his
Scott Whelan's
natural
kid,
voice.
Trulio's kid,
Oh, hell.
and it's
Jay
like,
Weinberg
How we
needs to
doing
play
over
drums
now?
for him.
it's like
That'd be
Jonas
Max
Brothers
Weinberg's kid.
meets the White Stripes.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's what it's
weird.
like.
Oh, I don't know.
Taylor Hawkins' kid is a monster
Dude,
drummer, though.
he is
Oh
a
my God, he's
monster.
amazing.
And plays just like his daddy did.
He does.
Did you see that
He's
video?
a monster.
I just saw it today where they played a Nirvana song and Dave Grohl's daughter Violet sang.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Y'all
cool.
see
I
that?
saw that.
Yeah.
She's pretty good.
Boy, Dave Grohl went through a little rough patch here, didn't he?
He did. I mean, he's just living the rock star life. And
At least he made like an announcement to the public, like, "Hey, I messed up. Just
I mean,
Can you
like, damn
please
it, Dave Grohl,
respect
I
our
really
privacy in this
respected
difficult
you."
time?
Just
Weren't
get,
this mad at Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
get it out of the way.
It's like, Dave Grohl, I thought you were better than that, man.
That disappointed a lot of people, I think.
It's
I don't
like, but
know.
he's human.
Yeah.
you
He's a
know?
human, man.
And he's a
Just
rock
give him
star.
a break.
That's what's so funny is like he could probably have like literally any woman he wants.
Oh, you know women throw
Yeah.
themselves at that guy.
And the
When I met him, I was like, "Hey, Dave."
I mean, when I met him, I was like, "Hey, Dave."
I still think the wrong dude from Nirvana died.
I'm not a food fan.
I hate Foo Fighters.
I love Foo Fighters. I
Love
hate
them.
Nirvana.
Yeah, I'm the
Sorry,
opposite
I
way
know.
around. I guess it's being younger versus being older, probably.
I'm
Maybe.
not a big Nirvana fan either, but I'm definitely not a Foo Fighters fan.
I just didn't like Kurt Cobain at all. I'm
I
sorry.
need to leave the room right
I'm
now.
sorry. I'm sorry.
This is a recurring theme.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's like the Beatles. You love them or you hate them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
that is
know?
very
That is
true.
a true statement, and I definitely do not like the Beatles.
I don't like the
I love
Beatles either.
them. I grew up with
The
them.
Beatles are kind
I like the Who.
Just because my mom loved them.
The Who.
The Flippins.
The Guess Who?
I guess who's all right, but I
Are
like
the Guess Who the same band?
No.
You would think so.
I wish Keith Moon was still alive.
You
Keith
know,
Moon was awesome.
Society does
Spicy
not.
take. Not that great of a
Overrated.
drummer.
No, he's not.
Totally overrated.
I used to have my mom, in all of her glory, this is when I was in the band in high school or whatever. She was like, I'm going to buy him a t-shirt. And I got in that phase where like, nobody buys me clothes. And quite honestly, I'm still in that phase. Honestly, nobody used to buy me clothes. Just let me buy my own clothes. But
Same.
mom bought me a shirt, and on the back, it was actually a really cool shirt, and it had all these like famous like drum kits from like famous drummers or whatever. And you went, of course, had what's his face from Rush.
Oh, Neil Peart.
Yeah, Neil Peart, all these like famous Gary,
Yeah.
all that. And then at the bottom, it had Keith Moon's in the bottom right corner,
It's
and
blown
it was
up?
just destroyed. like all of it was like turned over and stuff. I thought that was
Hey, I
pretty
know a
cool.
fun game to play. Who has bought musical equipment this week in this room?
He buys equipment every friggin' week.
I've bought
Or had it
equipment.
bought for them?
I've bought equipment.
Every
I don't-
week.
Yeah, I mean, I bought camera equipment.
I'm up to 30 now. So
What'd you buy?
that Ibanez.
Did you?
Well, my sister bought it for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It don't ship till second week of February
Oh, that sucks.
because it's just brand new.
Yeah.
I bought every
Some guitar stands. Yeah.
What'd you get?
I bought every piece of drum equipment Josh has,
Pretty
except the one in the studio now.
My electric kit and the studio
Yeah,
kit.
exactly.
Yeah.
He goes down to
I like those
Asheville.
symbols.
He's like, "Oh, I got to pick this up, business, whatever." And he's like, "Oh, I may stop into Guitar Center." And I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
"Why?
I'm in
Like,
Guitar
you
Center
bought
at least once a week.
everything in there. What
Is that
else
one
is there to
scoping out?
buy?"
Is that one any good? I haven't been in that one in a long time.
Guitar Center would
It's
do.
like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they would do better if. I'm pretty sure in the drum thing, if they had a wider selection of cymbals, like brought in some, I'm pretty sure what they do is they get those packs,
Yeah.
and we talked about this, and they break them down
Yep.
and sell them individually, like,
Yeah.
which is kind of bullshit.
Because sometimes I want John C's got some pretty cool shit, like guitar wise.
Well,
It does.
Sometimes the one in Nashville does too. I actually wound. I found and I almost bought it, but it sold before I could get back and get the okay from my girlfriend at the time because it was rather expensive. And before I dropped that kind of money on a guitar, I wanted to make sure it was okay. But it was Les Paul 100th anniversary signed by Les Paul.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. And came back, we talked about it, got the okay, and then it had sold online before I could get back and get it. I was
Damn.
yeah. But
There's
they
a-
have some vintage stuff there from time to time.
There's a
actually.
dude that works there. He's a cool guy, but he is like the Gibson dude. He always anything vintage comes in,
Yeah.
he snatches it.
Oh yeah, in Johnson City or Asheville.
Johnson City.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And he actually did that to one of my other friends, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of like the guy bought it, and then like, oh, something happened, and it, you know, we accidentally sold it to somebody else.
Accidentally sold it to me.
But come to find out, supposedly it was that dude like died. Yeah.
He buys a lot of the vintage Gibson stuff.
Yeah.
I see it posted on his Facebook all
Yeah,
the
like
time.
I mean, I'm talking like Ed Murphy Labs.
Yeah, like big money stuff. Like, how the fuck do you afford that working at Guitar Center?
Guitar Center.
I don't know, they get commissioned or whatever.
Yeah, but
Not
not
much.
that much.
Not when you're selling it to yourself.
Right? Yeah. I mean, do you?
There is a couple places you go into like that where it's like the same people for like a pretty good amount of time. Like they don't have like a whole lot of turnover. I noticed that like down there that Verizon store in Marion, the corporate store.
Yeah.
Like those dudes have all been there for quite some time.
Verizon
Like,
doesn't have a whole lot of turnover as a company.
no, I don't think they do.
We've had one.
They
of
must get paid pretty well.
They do.
Our account has moved from Banner Elk down
Right.
to Statesville.
Yeah.
Over the years because of the way the companies changed home address. But we've had one of our same account people from when I started at Grandfather Home in 2013. She's still with the company as our account manager in Statesville now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it must be a pretty good
11,
good
12 years
deal.
older.
Like
Yeah. The small like Russell Cellular stores, they're not that great.
No.
I have a business account I learned a long time ago.
Not
like
even
even the people, like there's a business person at each Verizon store,
Yeah.
but they're not always there, and it's a little rough even when that person's not there. Much less if you go to like a third party or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I get it, but if you're looking
It's
at
gorgeous.
if you're looking to get a new phone,
This is what he
maybe,
got.
The yellow one?
just
Yeah.
for like a personal account, but that's
Oh,
it.
I know. I love
Can't
that.
decide pink or green pickups.
Oh,
Pink.
That's pretty
Pink.
sick.
Pink.
pink.
I mean, it's got the shark tooth thing. Like
Or
The pink and green.
a
The pink and green. Pink and green dual bobbin on the humbucker.
Oh, yeah.
or just a pink single coil and a green humbucker.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it should be purple because they're cross complementary. But what do I know?
It should.
It
yeah.
should be.
Yeah, because
It'd
it's
be
that
a
early
Lakers
90s,
guitar.
like,
Yeah.
The lighting person speaks.
Yeah, if you follow the color wheel, it should be a purple
Yeah.
pickup.
yeah.
But man, you do what you feel. Do what you feel,
Dude,
Pink.
those pink drums that you sent me, those
dude. I know. I've
Have
been,
you sent that to everybody or just to me?
No,
I
just
think
to you.
sent me- Oh my god!
yeah.
It was like this. Like what was that? It was like some
It's-
sort of burl,
Yeah, some kind of burled maple, like
Burl.
and they had,
DW collector
they
series.
had done this like pink fade. It was like, it like
Beautiful.
faded to solid pink, like at the edges. It was gorgeous with gold hardware. It was-
DW are the PRS of guitars. They make some of the of drums.
drums, yeah.
The PRS of drums. They make the most beautiful.
And you know, every one of those,
That's a good
every one
analogy.
of those drums is literally handmade by people like on a machine. Like,
Yeah.
like a real person. Those are not. Now, yeah, sure, some
Not
of the P.
CNC or
no.
No, Now, some of that PDP stuff, like their cheaper stuff, I think is probably more mass produced and probably some of that.
Yeah.
But everything you buy, everything from the design all the way to the collectors is all handmade right there in the factory by people. And then they
Well,
pick different.
the design's made in Indonesia.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
they're
That's
imports.
right. Yeah, those are imports. But that's pretty cool that you still got an American
Yeah.
company that does that. And actually, drum manufacturing in America, there's a lot of smaller, like drum
I think
manufacturers.
the Teen Sport makes drums.
well, there's that guy Fatty Drums.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard
He got
about that.
killed,
Yeah,
though, in Asheville.
that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Our
that.
old drummer Chris was like his first like endorsee or whatever, and he built this kit that at the time nobody else did it. The drums would light up when he hit them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
This was
cool.
Like 25 years ago, before
Yep.
Right,
that was really big. So that guy kind of pioneered.
right.
But a lot of his shells came from somewhere else. I can't remember.
Yeah, you can buy the pre-made. The shells are quite a. But I mean, honestly, if you're a fairly good wood turner, like somebody that knows what they're doing, like a woodworking shop, you can do that.
American guy does.
Like
He
it's
builds the
not
shells.
terribly
Played for,
difficult. You just got to know
Yeah.
how to
To
do it.
laminate it
and
up like that,
do it
though?
right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, yeah. What they do is they slice like super thin and then they laminate them together.
Right,
They wet
yeah.
them.
It's just laminated
Yeah.
together.
They make skateboards.
Yep.
Yep.
Drums are awesome.
7-ply process, man.
Drums and guitars are so cool.
Remember 8-plies?
I do. They
They are cool, man.
But they didn't break.
Laura needs to pick it.
That's how the
Yeah.
What's your instrument?
Charles and Ray Eames
Oh,
made
I
a bunch
used
of
to-
furniture after the
yeah.
1940s. They'd
Remember?
used
You knew that.
plywood
I used to compete.
leg braces and stuff for the war.
I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I bet you were good. I don't know, man. We need to find a second guitar player.
Yep.
If anybody out there,
I don't know. I see one right here.
You guys looking for a meat whistler?
I don't know. We'll talk after the podcast. It doesn't pay very well, though.
$20 is $20.
That's right.
so why are all these planes crashing?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want Jimmy to go flying anywhere.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, don't talk about it.
I'm headed to Minnesota Monday. Is that right? Yeah, Monday night. So hopefully there's no helicopters.
Well, work on booking us that gig up there.
So was it a helicopter or was it a
All we
missile?
got to do is say yes. There's no work. It's just yes or no.
I say yes. I'm cool with it. That's my vote. Everybody else, you do vote what you want to, but I'm cool with it.
I'll make some calls this week.
Vote for I here.
Have you guys seen that the new video that came out of them crashing or whatever? The
No.
one, it was like a surveillance camera. It looked like it was mounted on like a building or something. It was like, dude, you can see the airplane coming in from landing, and then you can see it like fall out of the sky.
Well,
Like,
you could hear on the black box from the Black Hawk. You could see him at the last minute. He's like, "Oh my God, there's the plane," and then it's just gone.
dude,
Plane like land on top of it? Or just...
No, they were in the
I
air
think
over
they
the
hit
river.
each other midair.
Like
Yeah.
schneiced through it, like
Yeah.
split the plane in half.
Damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
How
how
are
are
you
you?
not see that?
I mean everyone.
You're not gonna-
Everyone.
Well, it's not
died.
that it's not that they're not gonna see. It's that air traffic control let them fly in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Well, air traffic control didn't know the Black Hawk was there because they had all their beacons and stuff turned off.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's the
They
conspiracy.
do that.
There was
Well, they do that 'cause they're
similar
military.
incident
They
that
do
almost
that all the time.
there's a similar incident that almost happened back in
Was the,
on the
uh,
plane?
And what was on that? What was
I don't-
on it? Yeah.
Any witnesses, government witnesses?
Was the
Was there people-
helicopter
there was like four
manned,
people
or
that
was it
survived,
under
right?
Control? Do you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw something about that.
68 confirmed. There's 74 dead, 68 that they have identified.
Oh, okay, so
Was
there's
it a
none of them that are
commercial
alive.
line?
None, no one's alive. No.
It was a commercial, like it was one of those like regional Americans from Wichita to DC or something.
Screwed. Damn.
But there was a similar incident that I think that almost happened or happened back in 2018. Was a group of I think 3 helicopters that almost hit a plane in the almost same spot.
Really?
I was
Yeah.
like literally.
That's what they were saying on the
waving
news
to
on the
a
way up
person
here
in
when
the
they were talking
window
about
of a
that.
plane that we flew over. I was telling you guys I was in the air coming back. I was like, we were way too close to the plane that flew under me. Like I saw the dude in the window, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him like I don't know why we're this close, but it was like we felt the wind shear from the plane, and we crossed paths in midair, and I'm like, there's a lot of room up here, but.
Well, I don't know how it cannot be the air traffic controller's fault, because that's their whole job.
Well, was it supposedly like just like one guy there doing it?
That's typically the way it is anymore. Asheville doesn't even have air traffic control after a certain time at night, and if there's too much fog, they won't land the planes there.
Damn.
I've touched down the wheels in Nashville, and all of a sudden the plane does this, and Jackie's waiting to pick me up in Asheville. They're saying, "Oh, they're just circling around," and I'm texting her, "I'm looking down at the Bristol Motor Speedway right now. We're going to land in Johnson City." And in Asheville, they're still saying they're going to come back in a moment, and I'm like, "Yeah, we ain't coming back." I'm telling people the plane, like, look, this plane is not going back to Asheville. Finally convinced to let me off the plane. Jackie told me to leave, and I left. They did leave me off the plane. Jackie made it all the way from Asheville to Johnson City to pick me up. Went home, went back the next day to get my luggage, and all those people on the plane were still sitting in Tri-Cities Airport.
Damn.
Waiting on a bus to take them to Asheville. And I was like, the race is in town. There ain't no bus available.
That's crazy.
There's been several times I was supposed to land in Asheville and landed in Greenville. One time we landed in Raleigh, and we were supposed to land in Asheville. That was the weirdest one. We landed in Greenville a lot. But at night in Asheville, if you're not off the ground, headed to Asheville before 8:30 p.m., if they delay after 8:30, you ain't coming home. That's just always the way. Always.
Yeah, the last time we flew back from Orlando, no, you remember this, our flight got canceled as we were on the plane.
I hate that.
Why? Because of the weather?
No, because the plane's air conditioning wouldn't work.
Yep.
I stood.
I'm like, it's a 45-minute flight. I'll deal with it. Just get me home.
I remember one time when I was living in LA and I was trying to fly home for the holidays, and we sat on the tarmac for 2 hours because one overhead light that was that big didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And I missed my connecting flight and had to pay like $80 extra to reconnect.
Never tell
So
anybody like
stupid.
your seatbelt doesn't latch good or the window shade doesn't close all the way. If you say anything, you're done.
Their seatbelt really save
Yeah.
you in a plane crash?
No. Well, what it will save you from is when the airplane drops out of the sky,
yes.
smacking your face.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a dude get his just nose. I mean, it was completely sideways. They told him several times to put his laptop up, and he's like, he just refused. Hit turbulence, and he went straight up. And when he came down right as his laptop was on his lap and just broke his nose. Blood.
Damn.
Denzel good. You ever read that Denzel movie?
Yeah,
Where he like flies the plane upside down. Hey,
Yeah.
but true story.
it is.
Yeah, he flies
Yeah.
the plane upside down, coasting it. Or
Oh, yeah. What was that?
he was like an alcoholic.
Yeah. And like coke addict and stuff. Yeah.
Supposedly it was a true story based on a real.
I think it was.
Well, I think that's most pilots, is what I heard.
It's wild to me that there is a legal like blood alcohol legal limit for pilots. Like I think it should be a big old fat 0. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I love when you get the pilots are like, we're getting this on. We're getting out of here, son. I want to get home. I'm on the last leg of this shit. I don't care what it takes, buddy. We're
Where
going
were
home.
we coming back from? And like all the stewardesses were like shoving us in. The pilot was like, sit down, get your bags in. We have.
That was
what
it. Was
that?
one of these last ones. It was one of those ones
Yeah.
to LA. They were like, we're not fucking. around
It was
here.
like Florida
you know
or
what I mean?
something. Oh no, we went to Las Vegas, right?
That might have been
That
the
was
one.
it.
Yeah, they were like, get on, sit down. We're getting there. We're like, all right, you know the seatbelt thing here. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Then
We were gone in like 10
you know
minutes.
it's bad
I'm
when
like,
they go
I
out
love
to the thing and they turn and they don't even stop to like
just
take
keeps
They
off.
keep going.
It just keeps going. You're like, all right, now
Because
we're
they've got this window, and I've had the same thing where pilot's like, get in, get your ass in the seat, because if we don't beat the storm, we're not getting out of here.
right.
And then you see, all of a sudden, you see people like flying to their seats.
Yeah.
Unless that plane is coming to Asheville, and then they get slower, and they act like they can't do anything. People, I swear, when I have to fly into Asheville late in the evening, I despise it because people, like, they're not even human. They don't even know. They'll get to where their luggage is, look at the bin and just stare. And just stare.
Are they still making you get out there and go through the?
Oh, yeah.
We walked like
Yeah.
on the
Oh, yeah.
runway out there.
Oh, that's still the way it is. And there's like, they check your boarding pass 3 times in Asheville now because they've got like 3 gates going to, like one door going to 3 different gates, and people keep getting on the wrong planes.
Yeah.
Like,
I can imagine
all
that
the
would
time.
happen. Yeah, she was like, "Let me check your boarding pass."
Yeah,
and
and now,
I was like,
the
"Oh,
last
okay.
check is they have a list and like, what's your name and what's your seat?
Right."
When is that supposed to be finished?
27.
It takes a long time to expand airports.
Well, and they're also,
Well,
because
that's in
they're
Asheville,
raising
too.
it up.
Yeah.
There's going to be escalators. So we go through security, we'll go up escalators. They're raising it up. The reason why is because they're putting in all the gates, so everybody doesn't have to walk out onto the runway.
Yeah, gotcha.
Dude, when I first started flying all the time, it literally, they were all prop planes.
Oh yeah, I remember.
At Asheville. There was more than one where I'm on the plane to look out the window and the engine stops. I've been in one engine many times landing, coming back from Charlotte.
Flying a
Orlando.
crop duster back
Yeah,
over here.
I'm like, hey, the engine stopped. We're almost there.
We got to go down and dust these crops, and then we'll land.
Have you flown with Aaron yet?
I have not flown with Aaron, no.
I'd see him take off from that hill, dude.
Have you ever seen him do it? No, you've not been up there.
Yeah.
Watching him land's another thing, too. Fair goes. It's interesting.
Did he get another plane?
He's got one.
Yeah.
Well, remember, Laura was telling me about it. It's down with her grandson at this airfield, and they're working on it.
Yeah.
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 That was crazy, man. Crash landing.
And she's so gangster. She's like videoing.
Yeah.
Well, we're sinking on the plane right now in the ocean, like floating around. I'm like,
Damn, Laura.
No, oh yeah, they had to get it out.
Yeah,
they were getting fined every day.
Fined $25,000 a day or so, maybe 200.
Yeah, the Coast Guard or something like that was like, "Hey, look, you got to get this out of there, or the fines are hefty."
Yeah,
because it's like oyster beds and I guess crab fishing and stuff out there in the Sound or whatever. But
How much does that guy make to pull that plane out?
Oh god, that crane.
Yeah.
I guess it's just a barge or something that goes out there and gets it.
Yes, yeah.
Some salvage ship or whatever.
Yeah.
How deep was it?
Wasn't that deep. They were only like a mile off.
Was it like the intercoastal waterways?
Yeah, they were real close. He was trying to coast all the way to the beach. And he just couldn't quite make it. Was if I'm telling the story.
I think she said it was like 10 feet or something.
Yeah,
it wasn't deep at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
At least
I would have been
Still
like,
water.
God, I would-
I ain't want to be out here, so I don't know what's in this. No.
Yeah.
Plenty of big
Well, just
fish
video,
out there.
and I was like,
What if they
damn,
was doing,
Laura,
like, the Top Gun
badass. I'm
thing,
like,
right?
I hope you're looking for sharks and stuff.
He's got such a calm nature with this stuff. I bet he didn't even like flinch.
Yeah, he said,
He's just so
she
laid
told me,
back.
he said, like, we're going down, just brace for impact.
He just so. He said when they hit, the wheels caught and it flipped immediately upside down.
Jeez.
Because when the wheels hit the water, it flipped.
Yeah, it's not a seaplane.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it is now, but not the kind that's supposed to be.
Well, that's hard. I just can't imagine. I'd have been terrified.
Oh, I would have been too.
Yeah, I've been on some horrible flights, but that would have been like.
That's why you get the training.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those things you're like, okay, you need to know when something goes wrong here. You got to think like, what?
Yep.
What do I got that's good? How do I coast this thing down or whatever?
Yep.
That's the reason, like, on those big planes and stuff, like, what do you do when shit goes wrong on those? Like, I know they have, like, multiple redundancies, and it'll fly with one engine.
Checklists. Yeah.
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 Do checklists. And they have to
You gotta, like, hit it right? Look
Yeah.
for your best landing area. Like, what's his name on the Hudson?
Oh, the Sully.
Yes, Sully.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, he landed, dude, it looked like he just, like, right in there. And I was like, damn, dude, that's pretty smooth, man.
You know what's weird though? It always strikes me as odd that you're in a plane that flies in the air and they remind you that your seat is a flotation device. Like my brain always gets broken. Like we're in the air, I'm flying across the U.S. Where is water for me to land on?
I guess there's always a chance, you know?
Going to hit the Mississippi River or something?
Right.
Was it last year the guy had to land the Cessna there on
Outside Bryson City?
in Bryson City?
Yeah.
On 40 or whatever.
Wow.
Or it might have just been a regular 4-lane.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
40,
the
it was
videos
always-
are crazy. He comes in right over, like, people driving. They
He lands it on he lands it in a curve too. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's the curve, and he pulls off the road.
misses the
That
power lines
driveway.
over the road, gets it and pulls it right off into one of the side roads.
Yeah, the side road. He just pulled over, parked it like he's like, hey, I'm here. Hey, you brought the groceries.
I made it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like I try to keep in mind. Like I've been up in a couple of those like small planes before. I try to keep in mind that like this is probably even safer. Truth be known, like because even if something bad goes wrong, you can just glide down.
Yeah.
Like it's light enough to where it works. You know, as
I
long.
don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, the amount of times that like a Cessna just drops out of the air, you gotta have a lot of stuff go wrong.
A friend of mine's a retired Navy captain, and he has a couple of his own planes, and he had one of the ones that he owned was being used for lessons down in Chattanooga, and a friend of his had it out with a student, and the engine went out on it, and they ended up being okay. He said, but same deal. Oh, here we go. Coasted around, landed in some cornfield or something that was cut down, and of course after the aftermath of that is that the entire engine, the entire plane has to be torn down basically and inspected and recertified by the FAA before they can even think about flying it again. And so
Can you believe they used to jump hang gliders off of Grandfather Mountain and the Bluff of the Rhone?
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Yeah, I can totally believe
they do that off Lookout Mountain in Georgia, just out of Chattanooga all the time.
But the Grandfather Mountain and the Rhone, specifically those two, if you've ever been on the bluff and you just look over the edge, the wind can about rip your head off right there.
Yeah.
You get a crosswind wrong, and no matter where you're headed, when you take off the bluff, you have to land in Buladine. I mean, no matter what.
Well, you're already way out there anyway.
Exactly.
I'm already here. I may as well go on to Johnson City.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
exactly.
that was like, I think I can make it over the iron.
Christmas
Fucking
Eve
go
at my aunt's house that lives over on Watauga. I was taking presents out to the car. It was about 5 p.m., 4:30 or something. Still light out. And I kept on hearing this noise like it sounded like a weed eater. They're like, what the fuck? So I decided to look up, and there's a guy on a glider with an engine.
Well, ultralight.
Ultralight.
Yeah. And I was like, and I'm like, it was 27 degrees.
Oh my God.
It was Christmas. It was like a couple days for Christmas Eve, and I'm like, it has to be colder. And he was like way up there too.
That's Santa Claus, man.
It had to be like friggin' 19, probably 5 degrees where he's at. You know.
My dad.
Negative.
That's
crazy. My dad toyed around with getting his pilot's license. He went up on a couple. He loves flying. Those like ultralights are pretty fun, I think, and they really are. It's just a glider.
Yeah.
Once you get up there, if anything happens, you
engine.
just go down and land somewhere. You know what I mean? That's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind getting into that. That'd probably be pretty.
Yeah,
sweet.
my friend's dad did that,
were
and
so afraid
he
of
wrecked
it.
one, ended up in some
Not
trees,
bad.
broke a
I
couple
would be all
ribs,
right with
but
it.
Oh God.
he was okay. He ended up being okay. But
Power lines is what scares me
yeah,
in that situation.
Yeah, don't hit the power.
And a lot of
line.
times, like, they're hard to see.
Yeah.
It's like seeing a cable across the road and somebody has a,
Yeah, you
gravel road gate closed or something. You
Yeah.
don't see it till you're on it.
right, and then it's too late.
Ooh, I had a couple buddies of mine 4-wheeling that got
that'll
destroyed.
tear you
by
up.
those chains, man. You don't see them
No.
coming. You know what I mean? Oh, people, man, they would tear themselves all to pieces.
Back in the early 70s, where Beams was, back to Joe House store, things don't exist anymore.
Where beams used to
Where
be.
Beams used to be,
Yep.
the old road curved all the way back through there. So whether it curved around and come back around behind Jim's Market up there at the top is where
Right.
it used to come up. Well, there was a chain, a cable across the road, and a trooper got into a chase with a motorcycle going down Jim's Market, and he went down through flying. The trooper knew there was a cable. It cut the guy in half.
Golly.
God.
That's in the early 70s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's no.
Yeah. He's like not. He's trying to stop him. He wasn't even trying to just flash him. Like, I'm not chasing you. Just stop. And the trooper circled around down the beams, and he got to the front half before he got the motorcycle.
You said, Jimmy, you saw somebody basically drive through a cable across the road right after the storm, right? You were trying.
Yeah, right up on the road, right above my house. I was trying to get him to stop, but I was I was up there working, and people just careless. They're like, "Oh, the storm's everything's fine." This car came flying by me, and I was like trying to get him to stop, and this here's like ripping through their windshield, ripping the top of their car off. I'm like
a can opener.
Lucky they didn't. Lucky they didn't lose the top of their
they're lucky they
head.
killed. I was like, they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm just standing here. Like, are you okay? What happened?" I'm like, the cable that I was pointing at frantically going like this. Like,
Dude, we had a guy when I worked in Asheville. Our place was right across from the orange peel there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a car. I guess they were coming. You know that road right below the orange peel, like goes on behind the orange peel where the bus is always parked, whatever. Well, if you come across that intersection, you got it takes that turn down. And there's it turns down a hill, and off the hill is like the maintenance shed for like the city of Asheville. It's where they keep all their road salt and all that stuff, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy that was it was awful. He was in the car with his grandchildren, a little boy and a little girl, and he had like a heart attack or something, or some sort of acute, medical thing. And he just basically just pedal to the metal, come through all the way from Cox Avenue, apparently, come through hitting. It was swerving, and I don't know if he was he was trying to do something or whatever, but made it all the way over there, come up there behind the orange peel, went across that intersection, and instead of taking the turn down, went through the thing and down off into the maintenance shed, and there was a guy on an excavator. The car landed on the excavator.
Oh, wow.
Trying to fill up a salt truck.
Yeah.
And killed that guy.
good night.
And all but the little girl, I think it was, survived.
Wow.
She was the only one that survived. I was like, dude, it was insane. And we were like, what happened? But it
Just before Christmas, I was headed to my ear doctor, And you know where the Christmas tree store is in Crossnore?
Yeah.
There?
Yeah.
On the right?
Yep.
I'm on the phone with Jackie, and there's this red car in front of me. And it's like started veering. So, Jackie, hold on. This guy's going to drive off the road, into a tree, around the tree, in the creek. I was like, play by play. Literally just flew off the road. The sign in front that said, now open for Christmas. He barreled through the sign at the Christmas tree store. And I was like, Jackie, this guy's had a heart attack or something. And I was running up to the car. It's like, never mind. He's got Carter County plates. He's drugged. Literally. And I got in the car. The guy was okay, but his car was down in the creek on its side, and he was completely unconscious. And I was like yelling at him, and he finally woke up. He's like, what? What do you need? I was like, I need you to get out of the damn car. So,
Dude.
Oh, if he's a diabetic.
yeah, he was definitely died something.
Dude, there was a bad one I saw them picking up. I guess they were just recovering. It must have went off the hill down there past the truck stop on Cox's Creek, or the truck.
Yeah.
You know,
The emergency,
the runaway truck ramp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Went down through, I guess it was a box truck, and must have went off down through there. Because I noticed the tow trucks when I came through the first time, but I didn't. They were like kind of sitting there like talking. Then when I came back up, they had pulled it. I guess they pulled it out of the
Dude, ravine there.
thing was tore to pieces.
I saw
Yeah.
on Cox's Creek, for those that don't know what that is, it's not from here. It's a big mountain that you have to drive down to get to.
It's not
next
near
to
Toe House.
Yeah, it's not
No.
nowhere near close to
It's kind of on the other side.
but it's a big mountain, and there's a sand like runaway truck ramp. I was driving down the mountain one day, and there was this woman parked there
No, true.
and letting her kids with their little toy trucks play in that. And I was just like,
You can get fined for that.
that's a bad idea. Okay.
So, my brother,
They're Tonka trucks and everything. Here comes a real truck. Oh, God.
My brother had a Mustang, and he was going down Marion to get beer. And he said to himself, because no one was in the car with him, I wonder what would happen if I hit this Broadway truck ramp really, really fast.
Oh, God.
Guess what happened?
He
stopped.
stopped.
So the trooper, good friend of ours, friend of my dad's, dad was a cop then too, sees this Mustang buried, nose buried
In the sand.
all of it. And he asked my brother, he said, what were you doing? He said, I just wanted to see what happened. And the trooper said, what happened? He said, I stopped. And the trooper said, what are you going to do now? He's like, well, I don't know.
I haven't got that far yet.
I love
So let me
kids.
think.
My brother, bless his heart, he had some good ones. That and the forklift race at Henry Don. They were racing forklifts at Henry Don, and they set a mirror up. You can't make this stuff up. They set a mirror up to see who could stop the closest to it. Get as fast as forklift would go, lock it up, and stop as close as they could to it without hitting it. Well, guess what? Somebody don't stop close enough. It shattered like this $10,000 mirror.
Oh, my God.
So then they decided, my brother and his friend decided they were going to quit. So on their way out the door, they decided they were going to go swimming in the runoff pond up here.
Oh, dear Lord.
You know how nasty that runoff
Yeah.
pond is.
Oh, boy.
So they went swimming, and at that time it was third shift. The sun started coming up. If people are coming in the shift change,
And they're swimming in the...
and they're swimming in the mud. Yeah, they didn't have to quit at that point. That's what it is.
Yeah, they
Sure.
were. Right. Yeah.
The story ended very quickly.
Is it that guy who did that tour of Spruce Pine?
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen my brother's YouTube video?
No.
Tour of downtown.
It's worth to watch. His descriptions of things. My brother, for those of you who don't know, is very unique. I love my brother. He's a very unique individual. His mind works just different than everyone else on the planet.
And this was Spruce Pine a while back. This was like before the Pocket Park, when there's like the there's like the little door downtown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right after the fire.
Oh, I got to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole commentary about Spruce Pine, and it's very animated. It's interesting.
You just gotta watch it.
We'll have to do a One of those watch the episode.
Yeah.
A reaction video.
Video to it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, but yeah. Was he playing guitar at one point?
I think so.
Yeah, that's kind of been interesting. That BC Rich.
He's playing a BC Rich guitar.
Listen, my brother would play nothing else but a Dean and a BC Rich. He loved Warlock, Lita Ford, and Pantera. So
Lita Ford was pretty good. I gotta be honest with you.
yeah.
Lita Ford's hot, man. I don't
Yeah.
care what nobody says.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby. You're hot
She
too.
could fight every man in this room and win.
Yeah, she could.
She could. At the same time.
We'll wrap her
Let's
up.
wrap her up. Yep, let's do it. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Hope you, if you made it this far, congratulations. Wasted your entire evening with us, but I hope you had fun. Please like the video. Let us know in the comments that you hate us. I'm sure you will. The internet's great for that. And until next time, peace out.
SaveShirley.com.
I was gonna say the new website's up. Go check it out. Woo!
Yeah.
Same Shirley.